Hey, it's Del Jackson. We got a special Zoom here today with Coach Jim Shipper. Coach Shipper just recently had win number 200 in his career, and then he capped it off by getting 201. And Andy and I both encouraged him to go for 300. So it was a good day. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. Enjoying the weather. A little disappointed that the game tonight is postponed until Thursday. I feel like we're on a little bit of a mini roll here, with the momentum. So we were hoping to play tonight, but it's good. Kids will enjoy the snow, I'm sure.
So it's interesting, and some want to play and some don't. Some are like,
Yeah,
Coach Shipper's like, let's go, and others are like, oh, we get another day of practice. So how does it work with CV when you guys are off? Do you practice at all, or does it depend?
it depends. It all depends on the administration what they decide. Today we're totally shut down. I think everyone's worried a little bit about refreeze. Earlier in the day, there was a slight chance that we were going to play, but it's been postponed until Thursday. So,
I think everything's wiped out for tonight, which gives website people and writers a night off. So that's always good for us as well. So hey, we have you on special today for the 200. So give us. Not everybody knows about your background, so talk us through when you first started head coaching, and then what
gotcha.
you did. And I know you did a little E-Town in there, which I don't think we counted that as your 200. So go ahead, give us some background, Coach.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I had the opportunity to start at single A basketball, a little small Christian school in the CCAC, Harrisburg Christian up in the Harrisburg area. Charlie Fortney, the Steel High product that many of us know, he reached out to me. We interviewed. I actually interviewed for a middle school position, and by the end of the interview, I was on staff. And the year after, I was taking over the program at Harrisburg Christian. So I'd spent a few years there, three years, I believe it was, and then an opportunity in the Lancaster area opened up to be an AD slash basketball coach at Living Word Academy. So I picked up the gear and headed to Lancaster. So then I was coaching out at Living Word Academy, which became Lancaster County Christian School. They merged with another school, and I spent quite a few years there. I was fortunate to have some really good athletes at both those Christian schools, and we were able to compete with some of the bigger dogs. And it just helped build the programs at both those locations, having those talented players at single A. And lo and behold, Peckway Valley came calling. And at first, I wasn't too interested. I was happy with what we were doing in the CCAC. We were having success. And I wasn't too interested. But after thinking about it, I was like, well, it'd be pretty cool to coach in the LL. So I took that opportunity. Arlen Moomal twisted my arm a little bit. And Arlen's a great guy. Mr. Moomal is probably the number one administrator that I've ever worked for.
Yeah,
He had a way of relating to the coaches and stuff as a principal.
yeah.
And so I spent 3 years at Peckway Valley. I loved it there, Dell, to be honest. I thought my career would end at Peckway Valley. I loved the community. I loved the kids. Uh, but in that third year, Coach Schlosser came calling, and that had always been my dream job to coach at Elizabethtown College. So when I was faced with that, that was just a situation that I couldn't say no to. Uh, in a sense, going back home to Elizabethtown College with Coach Acker, Coach Schlosser, all the tremendous athletes that came through that school and that I had connections with. I couldn't say no to that opportunity. So I spent 4 years at Elizabethtown College during the pandemic year. There was quite a few changes at both the college level and various high school levels, and I was prompted to apply for the Conestoga Valley job, which I went through that process, and lo and behold, I got that job. I've been very fortunate to get that job, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, being at Conestoga Valley and being back in the LL.
Nice, nice. And some of our followers don't know, but you're like the boys basketball director at the Nook as well, correct?
That's correct. I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed. I had the opportunity to do basketball for a living. So I joke with people, but I mean it when I say I probably got the best job in America. Didn't have to relocate. I get to do basketball every day. I get to coach high school basketball. It's just a tremendous opportunity for my family and I.
Yeah. You're a basketball junkie, big guy. I'm telling you.
Yes, no, I love the game, and that's our whole family. My daughter, my son, my wife, we're all basketball junkies, and that's what makes the family model work for the Shipper family.
Yeah. Well, and we got to throw in a couple Dookie games just for my UNC
Definitely,
friends out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
definitely. I love going down to Cameron. Been down a few times. Can't wait to get back down there again. I love going down there.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You could go down there when you retire from coaching. You know that. I mean, probably we could make some arrangements for you to see a game. Yeah.
That yeah, that would make a retirement even sweeter, and I might even push the envelope to retire sooner, knowing that I can get down to Cameron.
Hey, talk a little bit about your team. I haven't seen you this year, so just give us a little lowdown on what's going on with the Buckskins. And you've had two big wins here recently, so things must be going in the positive direction.
It's a very unique situation where we're either old or we're young when we're on the court. We have six seniors, and then we have five sophomores and two freshmen that dress varsity. So at times we're old, and other times we're very young. So it's mixing those, blending those two unique situations together to form a team. The kids have been great. They're a great group of kids to coach. Obviously, with that much young talent, we're going to go through some learning curves. Uh, so the night of the 200th, while that was special and all, being 200, it actually, I was more happy to send the kids home that night with a victory. We had a 7 game losing streak going. I really felt for the kids. I had many sleepless nights. Coach Grassel from Dallastown and I had been talking. I'm like, I got to get these kids a win. I got to figure out how to get them over the hump. They're working hard. And so that was actually the most special thing about that. Now, I'm not downplaying 200 special. It's cool in that, but I was really happy for the kids to go home with a win. And lo and behold, we come out the next day and we win again. So 201 was a lot easier than 200.
Good. Well, sometimes getting to the top of just the top of the mountain and say, yeah, we can do this, and gives your kids a little bit of confidence, I would think, going through the second half of the year here.
Yeah, and Manheim Township, they're really rolling. They're a great team, so we were very fortunate to be able to share the court with them on Saturday, and it was a battle. It was a rock fight, like it usually is when those two schools play. It seems like it always comes down to the last minute of play in both the JV and the varsity game, and lo and behold, that's what happened again on Saturday.
Yeah.
But that's a great program.
It's a good non-league game, for both of you for both teams. It's like the township gets to step out of Section 1 for a little bit, and then you guys get a flavor of Section 1 games. And when the time comes, when we get to LL finals for you someday, then that'll help.
Yep.
I think that'll help you, kind of experience just a different style sometimes. So hey, as I'm talking, I'm thinking styles. So you've had stops at Section 4, you've had stops at Section 2, you've had stops in the Christian League. Tell us on hindsight, what are the differences with the play, with the players, with the style?
As far as the LL goes, I think Section 4 and Section 2, obviously, Section 2, you have a little bit more of the big boys with the crossovers with Section 1. But Section 4, when I was at Peckway, it was very similar to Section 2, where every night it seemed like it was a battle. And actually, Coach Connors and I were talking at the Eastern New York tournament, and I told him the best thing and the thing I love the most about the LL is you can never take a night off. You can't take any team for granted, no matter what your record is, no matter where you're coaching. you've got to do your homework. You've got to do your scout. You got to prepare your kids, or you're not going to be successful. And even doing all that's not going to guarantee success.
Right.
That's just going to get you in the arena to compete. And that is the biggest difference from any league I've coached in, is how tough it is to win in the LL. And that goes from Section 1 to Section 4, Section 5 of the years. We have 5 sections. It's never easy. Every night's a battle.
What you and I have some similar backgrounds in that we both coached at E-Town as assistants up there. So what were the positives that you took from that experience to you're a high school coach, assistant at E-Town, and now you're a high school coach. So what type of things did you bring back to your head coaching from your time at E-Town?
From my time in E-Town, the biggest thing I brought back was preparation. Preparation and intensity in practice. I always thought I was pretty intense, and I thought my practices were well organized. But coaching with Coach Losher and Coach Acker, it taught me. They taught me quite a bit actually about the flex, but also as far as the intensity level of practices and the day in and day out grind, and not giving in to the schedule, not giving in to wins and losses. Each day is a new opportunity, and you got to work hard each day.
Yeah. I know, Coach, when I was on the bench there, just kind of watching games, I don't think people realize how good a basketball that Division III level is. It just, you're talking about competitive and being ready every night, and every night you're looking at kids that scored 1,000 points in high school, and kids that can do some things, and you're working with those kids too. So when you're practicing with them, they kind of get it, And I think the hardest thing in college is taking a freshman who's 1,000-point scorer and putting him on a team and say, hey, dude, you're not going to get 25 shots tonight. I always thought that was the needle that's kind of tough for these coaches, and they got to recruit good players. So anyway, that's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, it's always funny to see their eyes open up wide, but when you tell them they're running scout team 2 weeks into the season, and they want to share their resume at their previous high school as a 1,200-point scorer, and now they're running scout team. But that's part of the deal, I tell them. Part of the deal.
18-year-old going up against a 21-year-old is a little bit different. It just is the physical, the physical bodies and things like that. So.
Yes.
Anyway, hey, congratulations on the 200th. I see that Rocky got you another jersey, so that's good for my Jersey guys who support us, and they do a great job with gifts for seniors and things like that. But I think my Jersey might be in the post today. Just might make it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think your collage by your daughter might make it too. So I didn't ask her for permission, but I think it's okay if I put it up there.
No, and that was a neat thing that she did for me. She reached out to a lot of my former players and hoops junkies like myself, and she organized all that and put together a little tribute video. So shout outs to Emily. She did a great job with that.
Yeah, that's sweet. Hey, congratulations, Coach. Go for 300. We want to stay in business. We've been in business for 24 years. So, you put it another 5 years, 10 years, and we'll be talking for your 300s. All right.
Sounds good. I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy it too much. So I'll be around.
Good job, buddy.
All right, partner. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.